You know, these two are both to scale. You can see the Cloud is noticeably taller than Aerith, so I can't wait to see how big Sephiroth is. Oh, whoa, okay. Is he supposed to be like that? He's dabbing.
You know, I actually do know what a dab is, okay?
So, but where is this hand supposed to be in this packaging? That looks pretty amazing. Look at that. Okay, but what the hell is this? Is that like to hold the wing up or something? Okay, yeah, well. Is he supposed to come like this? He looks great though. This is something that they consistently do well with these adorable arts. The metal is super shiny. Wow, the sword is pretty, you know, it's the shortest sword I've seen for Sephiroth. I think that's, you know, compared to him. Okay. That's pretty nice. There's an ugly, like, not a seam, but you can see there are two parts that they have sort of glued together there, and you can see that. But the effect that it adds to have multiple layers of feathers is worth it, I would say. That's actually pretty nice. You can turn the head. I was wondering if you could, because there's like no point to, because even though you can, you actually can't, so it's just loose. You basically have to take off the head, it feels like, to do this. There he is with the wing and with the wing holder. I'm just assuming that's what it's for, and it fits perfectly in that little gap there, and it's the perfect height. So that's pretty nice. I like that. Is he taller? Oh yeah, I would say he's definitely taller. He's actually taller than Cloud's hair. And look at the eye level. That's actually pretty insane. You know what? I've yet to see a flaw with any of these. With PlayArt's Kai, usually they're all kind of crooked and they're hard to work with. And some parts you literally have to boil just to get them on. You know, if you want to switch hands at some point, you're like, Jesus Christ. And how they often, you know, become loose even though you don't touch them for years. As soon as you're gonna, you know, pick them up, you can feel that the joints are just giving up. And obviously the static arts are all bent and even have eye prints that are in the completely wrong place. And I've yet to see that now with this line. So that's something. If you want guaranteed quality, if you want what you see in the pictures, this is the line you should get. And I don't know if this one was in the picture, so we can take that out and be like, he works just fine without it. He doesn't fall over easily without it. But I think this is simply to protect the joint, I think. So if you're gonna display him over long periods of time with the wing, that's just what you can do. And see, he sticks on pretty well. And I really like the way that they have simplified his design, but still kept most of the recognizable details. You know, the stuff on his belt, the feather and the materia and everything. They don't have color on them, but you know, you don't really need it. It looks awesome as it is. They have simplified his design on the coat, but this looks pretty cool. Like, I would be happy with this in the game. The only thing that kinda stands out to me that they have actually removed is actually the pattern that he has on his forearms. You know, it has like a reptile skin pattern here, but here there's nothing. It would have been a plus if they had added that, because then we could have said, whoa, they really think about all the details, but it's not a big deal. His eyes and his expression looks pretty good. I do feel kinda weird seeing Sephiroth in this like cute baby version after playing Rebirth, but you know. I'm not complaining. I'm actually a big fan of these more stylized, smaller figures, so this one is pretty cool. Really like this one. He's better than I expected, actually. I had high expectations, and he's actually surpassed them, so that's pretty nice. With that, I think it's time to put him in the collection. Okay, I think I'll need to move some things around. It's so hard with all the long swords in your way. Like, technically this spot down here is almost unusable because this sword is covering up the faces of the figures. Yeah, you can see the metal one is the one that you want to look at. This is just covering it up now. But let's see, was all that even worth it? Does it fit here? That looks pretty good. He looks pretty, you know, lonesome there. Maybe I'll put something here later. I don't know. Maybe I can move these two somehow. And I'm also happy to see that they have announced more of these. Although I think they were a bit too predictable. Like, obviously we're getting a Tifa. It's less predictable to get Zack, but I'm like, they would have surprised me if they had given us a Barrett or a Red 13 or something like that. Because even though I have more Barrett figures than I have Zack figures, they're all basically mostly the same style and the same proportions and everything. So it would have been really cool to get like a really cutesy version of Barrett, just to see how they would do it. Like, even before they announced it, we could all probably imagine what a Tifa and Zack adorable arts would look like. But that's just me, you know, I'm a really weird kind of guy, and I just get really excited every time I see something different. To make up for the lack of cuteness to a degree, you could even give him a Marlene as an accessory, like a Marlene that you could put on his shoulders. That would be cool. Square Enix, please, Listen to me.